March 19th, 2023, Trevor and I were in Cumberland Gap, and we stayed at the old historical mill, and directly across the street from the mill was the Daniel Boone Visitor Center and Trails, part of the Cumberland Gap National Historical Park.
Right here.
The Daniel Boone Visitor Information Center. Some of the red beds are starting to come out. There's a tower over there.
A what?
A tower. Silo type tower. Got some nice restroom facilities at the walking trail.
It was warm earlier, but this breeze is sneaking in on me.
Boone.
Yeah, this time I wanted to walk up here a little bit. We didn't get to last time. I guess I should have had my hiking boots on when I ended up muddying my chiropractor shoes.
I know, I was thinking the same.
I'm not going very far. This ain't no hike.
Okay.
I just wanted to kind of see.
Check it out.
I should have got my stick out. Boone Trail. So it's a mile into town, I suppose? I guess.
I don't know, baby. Oh,
Right, Cumberland Gap,
that's
1
not
mile.
bad.
Yeah, not bad at all. No bicycles.
Which way do you want to go?
I think this way,
Okay.
only because there's water there.
Don't want muddy feet, do you?
Nope. Not when I got my chiropractor shoes on. The next time we get out, I'm going to put my hiking boots on.
The first route over Cumberland Gap was the Indian Warriors Path, used by Daniel Boone to explore the land beyond the mountains before 1770. Richard Henderson commissioned Boone to quickly open a path over the Cumberland Gap in 1775. This was improved by the state 5 years later and replaced in 1794 by a new wagon road to the Gap. This wagon road was the principal route used by settlers for more than 50 years to reach Kentucky from the east. Over 200,000 pioneers came over the wilderness road, enduring severe hardships including Indian attack, cold, and hunger. In 1958, the National Park Service opened the original route of the Great Kentucky Road through the Gap to be used as an interpretive trail. Huh, that's really weird.
And I'm thinking this time of year it's pretty cool actually to see everything.
You see the bluffs better. I mean, we're in the woods, but there's a mountain right there.
Yeah, and I think that's maybe the difference too in the Ozarks. I don't care for winters too much because when it's bare, it's just bare. And that's just not me. I guess some people like it, but I kind of like vegetation and green and something to look at. But this has, I mean, there's a lot more evergreens here, so there's always some green.
Right.
I mean, look at the grass is always already really green.
Today, the Cumberland Gap is the center of a cluster of historic sites, reconstructed forts, and museums devoted to the interpretation of the migration of settlers through the Appalachian Mountains. The rugged mountain region itself is rich in musical, historical, and craft traditions, many of which are accessible to the visitors.
Well, we got all day. I'll just follow this until it gives me what road it is. It says 58. Oh, I can turn on 58 and 0.7 miles. Yes.
This is the way I think we came into the town the first time.
Oh, really?
I think so, but not on this trip.
Huh. So we probably did go through the tunnel first because it's probably over
1 mile, turn right on Pinnacle Alley, then turn right.
the other way.
Oh.
Turned right down our road.
Last night?
I mean, when we came in.
Turn right on Pinnacle Alley, then turn right.
We went by the Daniel Boone parking lot and turned right onto our road. We didn't come anywhere near this way, so that should be the way out of here.
Calculating.
All right.
Yeah, just go that park again and I'll hop on out again.
Oh. Looks like I was going right.
Drive 47 miles on US 25E North.
Boy, they were a lot pickier in West Virginia, or I guess it was still Virginia. Must maintain speed. They had a lot more rules.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Nice work. Yeah, something about this one, it makes me more nervous than the other one.
Maybe the hazmat issue. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's longer. You can't see the end. It gives me a little bit of claustrophobia. The other one, we could at least see the end. We are now heading to the Cumberland Gap National Historic Park. It is located on the border between Kentucky, Tennessee, and Virginia, centered on the Cumberland Gap, a natural break in the Appalachian Mountains. The park lies in part of Bell and Harlan counties in Kentucky, Claiborne County in Tennessee, and Lee County in Virginia. The park contains the Kentucky-Virginia-Tennessee Tri-Point accessible via trail. The town of Cumberland Gap, Tennessee is located inside the park's territory, and the Cumberland Gap Visitor Center is located on U.S. Highway 25E, just southeast of the city of Middlesboro, Kentucky, and just northwest of the Cumberland Gap Tunnel and the town of Cumberland Gap. Run, bugs!
That was so weird and bland when we went through the thing, and the complete weather had changed from one side of the mountain to the other.
Yeah, that was very bizarre. It was snowing on one side of the mountain and not on the other. That was interesting.
Well, we're in Kentucky again.
The Visitor Center features a museum with interactive exhibits about the Gap's role as a transportation corridor, an auditorium that shows films about the area's cultural and natural history, a bookstore, and the Cumberland Crafts gift shop with crafts from Appalachia. The park covers 24,000 acres and is among the largest national parks in the eastern United States. Elevation varies from a low of 1,100 feet to a high of 3,500 feet. Okay, they're saying Ridge Trail and then the Overlook's this way, so this...
Well, the Overlook, I don't know. I can see up here there's some split rail fence. Yeah, I forgot what the deal is, but somebody did it this way. And I thought, oh man, maybe we should have gone. But I don't specifically remember what that was.
The park runs along the Cumberland Mountains, stretching from 20 miles with an average width of 1.6 miles. The park straddles a tri-state area. Tennessee, Kentucky, and Virginia includes the area of the Wilderness Road running through the passage across the Cumberland Plateau and through the Cumberland Gap. An important geological feature that facilitated travel for American settlers and Native Americans. It includes 24 known caves.
I love mountains and I love hiking. But I tell you what, I can't hardly look to the left. It's straight down.
It's straight down, like 1,000 feet. Mm-hmm.
Just 6 feet from it.
Keep away, there's a railing, baby.
I know, but that doesn't help my brain.
No, it doesn't. Oh, there's a body of water right over.
There's the Pinnacle over there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man, today I might be worse than I used to be because I'm not even loving the thought of the Pinnacle right now. Yeah, this wasn't that bad for me.
No, it's good for me.
Once we kind of crested the hill there.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go over here. This is getting worse.
Oh, I'm getting
I don't
worse.
even like to look at the Pinnacle, so I'm not going to see it again. I might have any chance of walking.
Oh, nippy.
Funny how it's a completely different fear. I don't think fear of flying and fear of heights, completely different. I don't like flying because it's a pain in the ass. It's just a horrible, filthy, disgusting experience with a bunch of strangers who half of them have the worst personalities ever.
Yeah.
That's and all the waiting and getting barked at. I'm not afraid of the actual flying. It doesn't bother me at all. But I don't even like.
Oh wow.
I don't even like to get over here. I can't work. I just saw this super cool looking rock there that I don't want anything to do with.
Can you imagine the first settlers who scaled these mountains and found these little bluffs and
I don't know what that body of water is, but it's fairly large.
well, that's where we saw the UFO.
Oh,
It was over. No, one of these ridges with nothing in it.
Yeah, well, the Pinnacle's over there. It's going to be probably one that's we're not even facing yet. Oh God, can I even do this time?
Yes, you can. It's very wide, baby. Remember, it's very circular. You don't have to go the edge. But we got to get a selfie. Right, we'll promise Dad we won't go by the edge.
Well,
Here, there's people. I'm not gonna. The dogs know they're up this high.
I don't know. Instincts they may have.
And the Cumberland, yeah.
So beautiful. So historical.
I love you, baby.
I don't really feel all that.
Me too.
I think it's the only thing that even allows me. In most places, I wouldn't be able to come out here just knowing that this is a bluff here. Like we're standing over an edge. I
Right.
know that. And I usually can't do that anywhere. I just seen those rocks balance. Like that, knowing they could.
Oh yeah. We got a lot of this kind of stuff in the Ozarks. I can go do it with the rail. I'm gonna do it.
Pretty much gonna hang out over here.
No, this is where I saw the UFO.
Yeah, it is. I don't see any man-made structures.
From here to the end of that rock off the road, and this guy just like gets out of his car and just like confidently walks up to the bear. Look at the guy was it? And he just like confidently walks up to the bear. It went over the edge of the rock now. And like the bear like startled and like moved away. But it very easily could have turned and charged him instead. And it was a grizzly bear too. Not just a black.
We're gonna have to do a selfie.
I've definitely.
There are a number of large cliff systems in the park, the most prominent of which is the 500 feet cliffs of White Rocks located in the eastern portion of the area. At the northeastern end, the park sits adjacent to the Sillala Creek Wildlife Management Area and the Martins Fork Wildlife Management Area and State Natural Area. The climate of the area is mild, with hot and humid summers and mild winters and an average annual temperature of 54. In the Cumberland Gap.
I think it's Middlesboro.
Oh.
Either that or Harrisburg. The wind spilled the end of that when it got windy. That's exactly the thing that bugs me about being on the edges is the wind while you walk.
Oh, yeah.
I don't like it. Because see that thing, in this area it's safe, but once you get past where I got, it's over. This part's not over. It's still on solid ground. All right.
All right. Let me on this. Well, I'll stay behind because I like to get both angles here.
Well, apparently Well, in 3 years, my scared of heights is about doubled.
Mine too.
Couldn't go but half as far as I used to.
It's old fuddy-duddies.
Man,
Or good instincts, whatever you want to call it.
some mountain man I am. Okay, I think we need to go
Yeah,
this
we'll
way
go this way this time. In the Cumberland Gap.
I thought,
Oh, we'll get out her side.
I didn't even notice people were here.
All right.
Okay, so here's where that is, baby. So here's a different shot of where the UFO was.
Okay, let's take another picture. I'll do it on here too. Oh. Beautiful. Garden.
Oh, this is way worse.
You think so?
Yes. Yes.
First Garden Road, though, is like you're in Wells.
I know. But did you see how pretty much, and it was wearing me out. It was stressful on sliding, but not going off the road. You know how fast I was going around those corners? And, it was kind of like, there was a bit of it that would have been fun if it hadn't been wet. This is not fun under any circumstances. This scares the shinkers out of me. I don't really remember it being this bad on me.
White knuckle.
Last time, 3 years ago, but then again, I just proved that on the Pinnacle, I'm worse than 3 years ago. That's possible.
Okay, baby, you need to be safe.
Well, it's funny that fear of heights is a pretty efficient fear if you're going to have a fear.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about, you like feeling safe.
Yep.
Now, where it doesn't make safe is there was 2 times where I got super lightheaded. And if you're lightheaded and driving, that's not good. That's where you're going to make a mistake. Or not a mistake, but the less talking, the better.
See that car to the last minute.
So now that guy, he's driving like me on Burst Garden, having fun in his Camaro. He has no fear of heights and probably no sense. It's sure beautiful here.
Mm-hmm. really shocked though that they don't have guardrails.
Well, that would make me feel 10 times better, honestly, even though I don't trust them. But I would at least think there's at least a chance.
I just don't think that's safe ever to hike or do anything like that by yourself.
It isn't, but you know who it totally reminded me of? B-Rex.
Oh, oh.
Now, B-Rex is B-Rex is much taller than that guy, but okay, so that was the one that spooked me the most. It made me totally focus on them, and I know I was pissing them off when I was on the other side of the road. But they were on the safe side. But anyway, that actually helped me in the car there.
Yeah.
So that's the one.
The park was established on June 11th, 1940 by Franklin Roosevelt in order to commemorate the story of the first doorway of the West. In 1992, the park purchased the area surrounding Gap Cave, which had previously been privately owned. By 1996, the park had undergone some $280 million in improvements, including construction of the Cumberland Gap Tunnel. Toward the southern end of the park lies Fern Lake, created by a dam in 1890, which provides water to the nearby town of Middlesboro, Kentucky. Guided tours of the Hensley Settlement and Gap Cave are provided from the Tourist Center. Around 3.5 miles from the center along the Skyland Road lies the Pinnacle Overlook, which at an elevation of 2,440 feet overlooks the Gap and the surrounding country.